Hey there everyone, welcome back to Lydia's Plate. Ouch, Nugget, don't step on my toes. What, are you guys hungry? Alright, I might have to feed these animals before I get on to what I actually wanted to do in this video. Alright. Oh, I forgot the hoe. So it's a little cooler today, but for once the wind has slowed down. So like if it wasn't that, it looks like it's gonna rain, and it has drizzled a bit already. If it wasn't for that, it's finally calm enough that I could hang laundry today. But then there's the rain. So yes, we have had wind like non-stop. It has felt like since I don't even know when, but quite a while. I have not been able to do any laundry outside all spring already because it has been that windy. And we're halfway through June. That's windy. Alright. I feel like something's crawling on me. I'm gonna drop seeds yet. Okay. So anyways, I do not claim to be an expert on gardening at all. This is just homestead life. I did grow up gardening, helping my mom in the garden. I still by no means would consider myself an expert, but I don't consider myself completely green at it either. But that doesn't mean that there aren't still challenges, and so that's why we're out here today, because I don't know, I guess if I wanted to spend a lot of time doing research, I could see if maybe it's some fault of my own. Hey Cuddles, alright, now you're gonna run. Okay, so I could figure out if it is like some fault of my own that I'm bad at planting stuff or taking care of it or something, but I really couldn't be bothered to spend that much time on it. It's so much easier to just reseed, which is why I'm out here. That's what I'm gonna do today. So I've got some stuff here. Let's see, radishes, and okay, and in all fairness, some of this stuff did come up. Like my radishes came up beautifully. I had a whole row of them here. They were like half an inch tall. They looked fantastic. And then I'm not sure what happened, but something killed all of them. No joke, all of them. So anyways, I'm going to replant or reseed my radishes, my parsnips. What else do I have here? My rutabaga. Okay, that one I don't know now, because now I did find them coming up over there. So I might leave those, because that's a new thing for us. I don't know yet what to do with them. I'm not familiar with eating them, so I might have enough of those after all that I'm not going to bother reseeding any more of those, because I think I have enough there. But my beets have not come up as well as I wanted them to. There are some beets here I can show you. And while we're on our way over there, check this out. We are starting to get strawberries. So, and the birds have gotten that one. Oh, there. The birds have gotten that one already. But I picked quite a few yesterday. Our first fresh picking of strawberries yesterday. It's always so yummy. But anyways, let's keep moving here. So tomatoes are going well here. Tomatoes, they've got sunflowers by them, so we can vine them up. The sunflowers again, because we got too busy last year that we didn't actually try it and see if it does in fact work. So we're going to try again. And we've got some volunteer dill. But over here, I do have some beets that have come up. So, there's a beet. Here's a beet. Here are a couple beets. Here are a couple beets. There's a beet, a couple beets. Maybe a couple really, really small baby ones farther down there. So I have bought more beet seed, And I've never tried this variety. So these are the Golden Detroit. My favorite beets, just because I've had fairly good experience with them, are these Detroit Dark Reds. But I couldn't find those. Our stores were all sold out of those now. So I only found these. It does say plant in early spring in well-cultivated soil. But I'm going to try it now anyways. That's part of, for me, that's part of homesteading and learning, is to just try. Like, stuff like this for me is no big deal. Trial and error. Learn what works in my area. I could not find the Detroit Dark Red, but I found these Golden Detroits, and it says stays golden yellow when cooked and does not bleed. Squirt. Oh, Squirt, come on. You're being a bit of a pain. Hey, Squirty. Well, you're not Squirt. Squirt has half ears. Who are you? You Cookie or Buster? I usually just call these guys all Stripes because they all look the same to me. Hey, how come you're trying to climb up me? I gotta go make food later. I don't want to be all furry. Thank you very much. Okay, so as I was reading, it stays golden yellow when cooked and does not bleed. The roots grow fast but retain their sweet flavor even when quite large, which is the same as what I have found with the Detroit Dark Red. They do not get woody even when they're huge, and we've had huge ones. Like, I think we've had beets about the size of a basketball, so we have had massive beets. And I don't know what we did right to grow them that large. We weren't trying to, it just happened, and they just grew that well. Oh, cat. So anyways, I saw these at the store and I thought, hey, you know what, I'm gonna try them because I can. So I'm gonna get these put in here, and then I'm going to go do the parsnips and the radishes, and I think I will skip the rutabaga for today. But I do also need to reseed some spinach and ouch, cat, now you're poking me. A couple of my kale plants came up, but not as much as I would have liked, but those seeds are inside. I forgot to bring them out, so I'm going to have to go back in and get those yet too. But for now, we'll start with this. Hey kitties. Hey meets. Oh yeah, you're gonna play with my hand? Hey meets. Oh, does it taste good? Hey? Does my hand taste good? Hey meets. Aww. Hey kitty. Hey kitty. And look at these guys here. Hey, kitty. Hey? Hey, meets. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're half ears. Hey, kitty. Oh, you are shedding like crazy. You guys are distracting me from my work, you know? I got stuff to do. Come on, guys. Hey, should I play a little rough with you? You like that? Oh, yeah? You silly cat. Alright. So now we need to make sure we water these all. Sorry, just trying to stuff the rest of these seed packages in my back pocket. Oh, cat. Crazy cat. Alright. They are laying all over my feet. All over the garden. Hey, look at them. Look at these crazy cats. Thanks. So anyways. Yes. They are a distraction. A big distraction. But they're cute. Alright. Alright, that's a very full watering can. Shouldn't have to water too much because there should be a big storm coming, but I'd rather make sure that these seeds are going to germinate and grow. I just filled in the patches in between my Detroit Dark Reds that didn't come up. Alright, those are well soaked. Now, so this I believe is where the radishes had been, and I had a nice row here. There are the beans, and then we come this way, and there had been a really nice row of radishes here, and they're not here anymore. Oh, that chicken got scared. Okay. So they're not here anymore, so something happened. And I think it was flea beetles. But there is one plant here among all these weeds that I am not familiar with what it is. It looks different, but it doesn't look like a radish to me either. So I think I'm just going to make a whole fresh row. And seed in some radishes. I'm trying to dig down far enough to where I see the soil is darker and wetter. Okay. Because this says it only wants to be 1/2 inch deep. And I know my trench here is way deeper than 1/2 inch. But I want to get to where the dirt is still wet. Or at least moist. And then I'm going to soak it anyways. So, not super scientific. I'm just gonna do this the way I've always done it because it seems to work better than if I do try to do anything super scientific. So I'm just gonna sprinkle them in here and hope they grow. Because when I try to be too calculated, it almost seems like it backfires on me. So, there we go. Those are the radishes. Now we just need to cover them up. And then we'll walk back and get more water again. So I'm getting them covered pretty thick now. There we And we don't want all these weeds. We don't need them. Not that big clump either. Okay, so we've got a little bit left here. Not much. We need way more. So let's go get more. Thought I found another nail in the garden. I think I've said this before, but just in case I haven't, I think from my understanding, there was a barn here years ago and it burnt, so everything that was in it burnt. We found cutter teeth and all kinds of parts to equipment, old equipment here, and we've also found quite a few nails and screws and even quite a few horseshoe nails, so like flat and they look different. It's kind of cool. So, here we go. I have to hold the hose with one hand and operate the lever with the other. Not really that hard. We do it all the time, but it just has to be done. It's just the way it goes. And we're gonna water these radishes. And then hopefully it's gonna really rain yet. I would be good with a good rain. It would help fill up the pool with free water. Is it so hard to do with one hand? I gotta get a different grip on this thing. There we go. Here. Getting it all watered. There we go. There. Now, what is the next thing? Parsnips. And now I have to figure out where I want to plant them. I do have more space down there. You can see I'm kind of pointing with the watering can. Grab my hoe and my watering can, and then we can go over here, and maybe I don't even have to make the row all the way till there. Maybe I can just make it part of the way, and then that way, whatever it is, if it is something that's going to spread out and need more space, then it's not going to spread all over the parsnips, because I don't want that either. And I actually bought 2 packages of parsnips, and I'm only going to seed in 1. That way I've got backup again if something doesn't come up. Okay. So, hollow crown parsnips. We have planted parsnips before. We planted them last year and they didn't make it either. But a year or 2 before that, we did plant them and we really liked them. They gave good flavor in a lot of dishes. So I'm going to try this again. Look like dill seed. I think I want more than that. I'm gonna make this row longer. Right to that thing, whatever it is. Like some things with some things, it's really good if we do our due diligence and research it like crazy biting off more than we can chew, but with gardening, again, like I said, I'm no expert, but I have gardened for long enough. I'm familiar with a lot of this produce that is not overwhelming for me to try some new things. I mean, we don't try everything new all the time. That's, you know, the whole idea. We just, excuse me, try one or two new things every year. And then we go from there. But then everything else we're familiar with. So then it's not so daunting. And what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to spend $1.89 on some seeds, and they're not going to come up, and you can say, hey, I tried, I learned something. I'm okay with that. I have found the best experience is to just try and get experience. But again, that's just my opinion and my attitude towards it. All right, time for more water again. If you're hesitant to start gardening, but you want some produce, just try a little bit. Just get your feet wet. Try a few plants. You'll learn. I mean, unless you're going to go all out and go crazy, there's not, in my opinion anyways, there's not so much to learn with gardening. Or, okay, that's not true. There's not a whole lot of supplies that you need for gardening that it's, you know, too costly to try, that you can't afford to fail. Okay, so here we go again. So I'm going to try to do this a little differently. So here's my lever. Here's my lever and here's my hose. Yeah. See, I was putting it down on the grass before because gravity, I had this hose completely full then, and you can see now, like it's not, oh there, now it's getting a little fuller, but it wasn't full. It's definitely pouring a lot slower when I have the watering can up here. There we go. All right. Oh, felt like something landed on my head. I'll go water those parsnips. Oh, yep. I think I must have felt a raindrop on my head because I just felt another one. So maybe I don't really need to water these guys anymore. But now that I'm already all the way out here, I just will. Because I don't know, I mean, it's just starting to sprinkle right now. And I can feel the sun wanting to come out again already too. So I don't know how much it will or won't actually rain. And I want to make sure I get these seeds well soaked so they can start germinating. And we'll give this little guy something. Whatever he is. There. Give him a little bit. Alright. Hey, here's another example. So like stuff like this we find all over in the garden. Just random pieces. And then we just clean them up. We've got a box here where all the scraps go. So there we go. We've reseeded a couple things. So that will be hopefully better now. Hopefully they'll come up and the bugs or whatever the cause was before won't get them again. But man, so much of the rest of this stuff is looking really good. Like, other things are coming up so well.